Bring her in. Let's not dilly and dally here. Christa Ramey is with me. How you doing, Christa Ramey? You're out in Los Angeles,
I'm doing.
right? Things lovely out there again today?
It's beautiful.
Another beautiful day in L.A. So let's talk this Minneapolis jury makeup mix and the big question about alternates. Give me your take on the breakdown, gender, ethnicity, ages. What are your thoughts?
This is a very diverse jury. I'm very pleased with how it ended up. There was a time as we were progressing through jury selection, I was worried that it was going to be a mostly white jury. It's also skewed very young. And I believe that is because that people over the age of 60 were given an out during on the questionnaire when it was sent out to them. So you ended up having some of those people take those options because of the COVID precautions. So you have a younger jury, you have a pretty racially diverse jury, and a gender, parity as well. I think we have more women than men. So it's a really good makeup, I think, in terms of a cross section of who you would want on a jury of this kind. I'm pleased with it.
Yeah, and it's interesting, I think, that COVID has had so much impact on this trial, prep, jury selection. In some odd ways, perhaps, it's made younger jury members available because they don't have maybe some of the job constraints they might have had. And, now they have some flexibility that wasn't there before. So, if you got to look for the rainbow in this storm of COVID, maybe in this particular case it had that positive impact. Let's talk about what I think is the dark cloud looming over this jury selection process, and that's the alternates. The law in Minnesota makes it clear, as I've described, that you will roll from alternate 1, 2, and 3 right into the panel as needed. We may lose 15 as early as Monday. If the judge feels that the first 14 are solid, they're going to make it, 15's gone. He's done. Now we're down to 14. If you lose one in the first couple of weeks, and then maybe another, if you go into deliberations, Christa, with 12, and only 12. And when that happens, the alternates are all bye-bye. They're gone. Some jurisdictions, they keep them hanging around, and just in case there's an issue during deliberations, not in Minnesota. And if during deliberations you lose one of those 12, it's a mistrial. It's an automatic mistrial. It is a shall be. It is not a could be, might be, sort of could be. Here's the caveat to that. If the attorneys have agreed ahead of time that they will proceed with less than 12, then it is allowed. And in a lot of jurisdictions, that's almost the default position. You can just keep going as long as everybody's okay with it. Not in Minnesota. You have to expressly agree. What are your thoughts on that? The overwhelming, I think, possibility that we may run out of jury members before a verdict.
Well, I think we're right in the middle of March Madness right now, and we've lost teams due to COVID. I think that there's real possibilities that jurors that are not fully vaccinated could contract the virus. I think that that's a real concern. And as Derek Chauvin's lawyer on the defense side, I would never agree to less than 12 jury members. That would be really, you'd want the mistrial. You prefer the mistrial. That's a win for him. So it is a concern. I, wondered, if there wasn't a way to be able to keep additional juror members present, like that 15th juror in another room watching the trial, like on closed circuit TV. I think that that's probably not possible because you're not perceiving things in the same way as the other jury members are. So it proposes a disadvantage to that person that's watching it from outside the room. They're perceiving it almost like we are watching it from home. So I think that it's a risk, but it's one that you have to just deal with in the age of COVID and trying cases in COVID.
Yeah, it's certainly, not an easy process. And I think they've done the best they can. The 14 number is a result of just space conflict.